welcome back to another episode of
Tube Talk.
Tube Talk.
We're back!
We're back from a 2-week break.
And yes, we had a family break in Maratonga. Very relaxing, a few sundowners, bit of swimming in the lagoon, a lot of sleeping in, reading books. How many did you read?
A lot.
12,
books.
11 books in less than in 2 weeks.
It was a really nice time. Very relaxing.
It was great.
However,
we're refreshed and we're ready to get into it.
Yeah, so it's not what we're here to talk about. We are going to talk about some horses from the last 2 weeks that have been standouts.
Yes.
Starting with Mac 2, who won on his Australian debut.
Mark 2.
I apologise.
That's all right. Yeah, we hatched a plan with Mark 2 and Campari a few months ago. I said to Stephen Marsh, let's take advantage of the Australian prize money with horses that are, we think, are progressive. And we took them across. They both ran within half an hour of each other in $35,000 maidens, and they both won very impressively. So that was a great coup, good start to their campaigns in Australia. Campari run next Wednesday at Warwick Farm for $50,000, and Mark 2 run on the 27th over 2,000 metres for $125,000 Australian dollars.
Awesome.
And they look to be in for very good campaigns.
Mm-hmm. We also have, forgive me if I say this wrong, Iridani, who's a promising 3-year-old who came second.
Fresh up, 1,000 metres, bit too short for a really good run, hit the line hard. She's in for a very good campaign, and I think she's up to black type.
Mm-hmm. We also had Prince Albert, who came 5th.
Yeah, he came 5th this week. Really good run, only his second start, and unfortunately, just at the time that the jockey wanted to pull the whip, he was just hanging, he just needed that to go bang, he dropped his whip as he pulled it through, and that may have cost him the win. But look, you won't blame the jockey too much, these things happen, but he looks very progressive, he looks like a Derby horse. Saddlebill Colt, very excited about him.
Mm-hmm. And finally we had Rakik, who came 3rd.
Yeah, Rakik, one of our European imports, he carried a big weight, just threw his head up at the start and ended up going back to last on a very slowly run race, weaved his way through the field, should have won the race, ran 3rd, very good run in a $125,000 race. He looks like he's got next up winner all over him, and he's one of these horses that we buy from Europe. Last 2 years we bought Elward and Rakik. Elward's won over 400,000 now, and Rakik's getting up towards 150 in only 6 months of racing. So we're off to the UK next week, flying up there. The sale starts on the 29th, and I'll be buying some more. So if you want to be involved in the European Stayer with Chris Waller in Australia, give me a call or an email.
Awesome. And now we're going to talk about our 5 runners this week. Sorry. Starting on Friday in Tauranga, race 3, we have got Beltester.
Fresh up, over a mile, barrier 1, Sam Collett in the saddle, who's won on her before. She's a stayer, so the mile is a little bit short for her, but she'll cover no ground and can run a cheeky race. She's coming up well.
Mm-hmm. And on Sunday at Otaki, in race 8, we have got Rock Island Line.
A horse going really well, flew home, just missed last start, ran 3rd, beaten very short margins. Barrier 7, Ryan Elliott back in the saddle. He's heading to open class. If the track gets back to a good track, we'll probably scratch him and wait a week and run at Trentham in a mile following Saturday. But if he runs, he will be a good chance, no matter where he goes.
Mm-hmm. And on Monday at Te Rapa, we've got Rip 'em Up.
Rip 'em Up, very, very promising filly, a bit like a Ferrari at the moment with a teenager driving it, no control, but all the acceleration in the world. She's in the Group 2 Annie Sarton Stakes. She will run there as her final lead into the 1,000 Guineas. Danielle Johnson on ability, she is right up to this field. It's just how her manners play, but a very, very good horse.
And also on Monday at Te Rapa, we have got Zipper.
Zipper was meant to race this Saturday, but she's drawn barrier 12, so will almost be certainly scratched from Rotorua. So she'll run Monday, waiting for fields to come out, but she's run 2nd and 3rd last 2 starts. She's close to a win. Any rain, she's fine on a good track, but if it's rain, it's a dead 5-6. It improves her a couple of leads, and that'll bring her right into it.
Mm-hmm. And finally on Wednesday we have got Hasbro in the Geelong Classic.
Yeah, and we just want to say we've got a few runners next week, but we're just going to highlight Hasbro because he's in Australia heading to the VRC Derby. He ran second, certainly beaten his first run in Australia. His second up run, he just got horses surrounding him, panicked a bit, desperately in need of blinkers. He's flying in track work, we're very happy with him. The blinkers will go on, we'll ride him a little bit colder, and don't be surprised to see him run very, very well in the Geelong Classic as long as we make the field. Stephen McKee's very happy with him, and Michael Walker is happy to stick with the ship.
And now we move on to Bet of the Week.
Before our Caulfield Cup picks.
Before our Caulfield Cup preview.
Yes.
And our Bet of the Week is, drumroll please, Expression, running on Saturday at Ashburton in race 7.
And look, she's not going to be paying big odds, but there's an unbeaten horse in there called Our Flying Ace, and he might take a bit of money. So instead of her being $2, she might be $2.50 or $2.80. And I think she's almost a home run. I think she is very good. I think 1400 metre suits. I just think she'll win. I think she'll win by panels. So I think if it's anything over $2.50, I think we should have a good bet on her.
And now we move on to our Caulfield Cup preview.
Well, more than a runner-by-runner preview, we're going to do our top 5 picks.
Top 5.
And I've even got my bit of paper here.
Very professional.
Thank you. Should we start with number 5?
We shall.
So, I'm going to do my top 5 picks. My 5th horse I've picked to run 5th is Cliffs of Moher. This horse is he's only paying $7. There's a lot of money on him, a lot of hype. But I've only got him 5th, and he's got barrier 3. But I've only got him 5th because he ran last Saturday, and everyone was saying, look at his run. It was great. He came from last, he ran 4th. And it was a good run. But as a European import, he's got to back up in a week. He doesn't get in as well at the weight scale, I don't think, as some of the other horses. And whether or not his run was slightly deceptive last week, I'm not sure. So while I think he's a good chance, I've got Cliffs of Moher in as my 5th selection. My 4th selection is the Japanese horse Chestnut Coat. He's a very good horse in Japan. He ran 5th in Group 1-2 in a Group 1-2 starts back. He's probably getting ready for the Melbourne Cup. But Japanese horses are so good, and they've got a great record on the Caulfield Cup. You've always got to be wary of them. I think he gets an okay at the weight. My concern is he's got barrier 17, and he's got a Japanese jockey on, and he might end up being 3-4 wide the trip. That is my concern. And if he is that wide the trip, it'll cost him. But if he manages to get quite an economical run, I think he'll be hitting the line harder than most. So number 3, Chestnut Coat is our 4th selection. 3rd selection is number 18, Young Star. Chris Waller trained, a 4-year-old mare, only carrying 51.5 kilos. Won the Queensland Oaks as stays. Was very good. Was only beaten a length by Winks, or just over a length by Winks at weight for age last start. Drops in weight. Has had a very good preparation. Barrier 10 is fine. She should find her place. I think top 3 chance all day. 550 fixed odds I think she is at the moment. My 2nd selection is a 17-1 shot. The top weight best solution. He's had 3 starts as preparation for 3 wins. He's won 2 Group 1s in Germany his last 2 starts. He drops 2.5 kilos on his last run. Godolphin trained, and they look like they've worked out how to get their imports performing in Australia. I think it looks a fantastic race for him. My concern for him is that he's got a wide barrier. He's got barrier 17. I think, has he got barrier 17? 30? I'm getting him in Chestnut Coat next up. But anyway, they've both got wide barriers, and he's got Pat Cosgrove on, who's Northern Hemisphere jockey. And when they get wide barriers like that, they can sit 3 and 4 wide. And you can't do that in Australia and win. So that's my concern. But he looks thrown in at the weights. He looks a very good chance. And $17 is over the odds. My top selection is number 14, Kingswell Dream. He's had the perfect preparation, I think, for the Caulfield Cup. He stays 2400. He won the Mornington Cup by 3 lengths. Listed race, last preparation. This preparation, his last 3 runs have been weight for age. He drops to 53 kilos. He's got barrier 10. He's running super well. I think Darren Ware trains. He looks spot on for the race, and he's my number 1 pick. So that's my Caulfield Cup tips, and I'll be having a bit of a first four around them, and hopefully we can pick the winner.
Thank you very much, Albert.
That's all right. Thank you, Sophie, and we'll see everyone next week.
Double horse from a long way back, but Might and Power well clear. 150 metres left to go. He's 6 lengths ahead. Marble Horse along the inside. Istedad in the clear. Doremus down the outside, finishing on strongly, but Might and Power has bolted in with the Caulfield Cup. He wins by 8 lengths. Doremus second. Good go for third.